a spider web we used to live by the front door, and I wonder if an itsy bitsy part of me got lost in it. And between the broken wings, all the I love yous and the empty things, somewhere in those silky strings, an itsy bitsy piece of me got lost. I wish I wasn't on my way. I wish I didn't have to see it every day. Maybe it's the way it's supposed to be. This old house keeps haunting me. Maybe it's all a sign I need to light the spark. I wish I wasn't on my way. My way. I wish I wasn't on my way. My way. So here I am with a match in hand, hard to believe we used to.
Hello and welcome to the final night of Week 1 OLTP Season 11. We have a absolutely killer game tonight between Pinksmen and the Ayy-Team. Just reviewing some of the games from this week that occurred last night. Joe Exotic and the Flag Bearers split their tie. Flag Bearers winning 7-3 on Pilot, and Joe Exotic coming out with a close win on Jardim, 10-9 there. Second game was a little more one-sided with Quarantine taking out both games versus Boom's Breakfast Club. Going into the teams this week, there's a little bit of uncertainty around who would actually be starting for both these teams. For Pinksmen, we're still sort of waiting on a team list here, but it looks like we've got Pink and Keekley and Nougat and Shandor. That can't be right. Who we got? Pinksmen, Nougat, Borwis, and Keekley starting over Headshot, who was actually picked up in the auction for Pinksmen. And then for A's team, it's likely going to be A and Whiskey on O, and then Shandor and Boss Jeremy on D. So some pretty strong lineups there. With me in the commentary box, we have Vexation. Welcome, Vex.
Yo, what's happening?
Not much, man. Who you picking out of these two tonight? You got any preference here?
As I'm sure a lot of people are wondering how Keekley's going to go, and I reckon he might be a little dark horse here. If he's going to be playing, I reckon, I think Pinkman's team, out of that poll, was what rated the lowest team, wasn't he? I believe. I reckon Keekley's going to show up here for Pinkman's team. I reckon it'll be a closer game than people think. If people were thinking that it was not going to be close, I'm very interested to see how Whiskey Jack as well, coming back, hasn't played a lot. Looks a bit shaky in pubs. I'm sure everyone has noticed, but who knows how he'll go. Could be a good game. We'll see how everyone goes. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Just waiting on the teams to get ready here. I agree. I think Keekley was a bit of a dark horse, an unknown pick from the US coming over. I think he's staying in Bondi for work for a few months, and just decided to pick up OLTP as his part-time career. There is money on the line, so we can call this a professional career now. But yeah, it's going to be Keekley and Nougat on D. Hopefully the communication is there, because Pink and Balls are going to be all over it up front. And then, as you said, Whiskey coming back after a few years off. Playing O with Alameo, who had pretty much a killer standout season last season, season 10. Probably a lot of people would say he was the best player from last season. So it'd be interesting to see if he can back it up with who many would regard as the next best player, or potentially the best, Shandor. So a bit of a stacked team there as well, which should make for a very interesting game tonight. And it looks like all the teams are ready. So we'll get into game. First map, if you weren't joining us last night, first map's going to be Pilots. It is the updated version of Pilots with one of the spikes removed, because apparently that's important, and a team boost. And Jardim is our second map.
Which you haven't done the right map, by the way.
I haven't. This is incorrect.
Yeah, may have to abort.
This is a better version of Pilot anyway, guys. If you want to It's very professional production here on Vinsanity TV. Is what happens when people take 4 years out. All right, and we're good to go. Everyone gets one, okay? Everyone gets one. Cracking some beers.
Yes, the beers are out. This is the third one's going down. There's still 3 left in the 6-pack.
Can you guys send me group link? Is it chill if I commentate too?
I'm not in charge here.
Okay.
I don't say yes. I don't say no.
Get rid of him. Who does he think he is? All right, underway. Some typical early game spikes, as expected.
Interesting that Whiskey Jack's playing defense with Chandor.
Yeah, Boss Jeremy on O with Ayy-Team. So I don't know. I thought Jeremy was a defender, but that's okay. Back to group apparently.
We don't have sounds. Interesting. What have you done, Elf?
Just having some. Hey, that's not me. We're just having some technical difficulties here. Please stand by.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch.
It's gonna be interesting though if Boss Jeremy does continue to play on offense. I would have, in my opinion, I would have put Jez on defense just because I know he's a solid defender, and assume Whiskey Jack. I know he's played both positions. I just would assume that Whiskey's strong on offense, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Whiskey.
if the team have communicated that they feel maybe they've scrimmed a bit better in this sort of format, or I don't know, Whiskey's can be pretty good. So who knows how it's going to end up?
Yeah, well, Whiskey did play defense. He played offense initially at the start of his career, but then he did start to play a lot of defense.
Yes.
Jez
Jez is out here, by the way,
yeah.
ahead of 3. That's probably a pretty poor bomb though.
Yeah. Ayy-Team takes that boost really, really nicely and gets past Nuga with a little bit of help from Jeremy on the blocks afterwards. Gives him a little bit of space here. Coming into the OD, which is relatively well set up, but it's not going to be enough. Pinksmen with a little bit of a flaccid there. Nuga's not able to get there in time, and the first cap of the night goes to Ayy-Team. Boss Jeremy on the regrab train has a nice bomb.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the blocks aren't there.
wrong side of the corner would have been a bit more of an advantage if he'd hit it correctly. He's still coming in nicely here, but a good boost by Nuga closes him down.
Yeah, and the anti-re from Keekley shuts down the train. So we're just going to have a little bit of a stall here for Pups. Looks like Jeremy's going to get that mid one uncontested, and the all-important tag pro going over to Shandor there. So he's going to keep it on D for the moment. And now he's going to rush over to O after a couple of flashes from his offense. I'm not sure if he'll have much time to do anything with it. 1-0 early doors for Ayy-Team. Shandor gets a grab. No boost for Nuga means that Shandor's going to be out ahead of 2 and plenty of time. He's got a bomb to use and 2 blocks in base. Rushed it a little too much, and the reset is on.
It was pretty lucky positioning by Boss because I don't think he had line of sight there, but good boosting from Pinksmen here. He's head of 2. If they in the choke here can get a stop, can't. Boss just closes him down. They've got good regrab train going though. If Ballers can get out.
Chooses to go low, gets bombed by A back into the corner, and that's going to be a lovely return from A, showing his defensive skills there. Another round of Pups coming up. All right, and again, A's team winning the pup rounds, 2-1, and Nuga just with an RB. You'll be feeling a little shortchanged with that. As A is going to get out, they have 3-on-2 in base. Jeremy's going to get onto Re. Had a nice set of OD there though, so he's going to shut that down. And Jeremy wasn't able to get there or get back on the flag in time. Means we have another reset and a flaccid from him. A's team definitely looking in control, although as I say that, Pinkmen with some nice, very, very small jukes on Shandor.
The first Ezzy was fantastic. The second one, they figured it out.
Just some posturing at the moment. Bit of a dodgy grab from Boris. We come to expect that. Dodgy grab from A. Yeah, probably come to expect that too, actually. I was going to be a bit kinder, but I don't think there's any need for that. Another round of pups. We'll see if Pinksmen can get on top of that. And the tag pro goes to Shandor once again. And Jeremy with a tag pro. So there's a real opportunity here. They need someone to grab. And they will have that. So it'll be interesting to see. Pilot, definitely one of the toughest maps to cap with a tag pro lead. Okay, yep. Even when you do something like that, makes it gonna make it very tough, really.
Yeah, the 4 bombs in the middle choke just make it a bit chaotic at times. But Balls here could be ahead of 1 with a nice boost, could be juicy, but Whiskey positions himself quite well.
You're hearing commentary from inside Vex's beer glass.
Yes.
Is
it
nice
very
coordinated? Yeah, a little bit. Nice coordinated offense there from Balls and Pink, but not enough to get out. Whiskey and Shandor really playing some solid D so far. Still just the 1 cap in it, as teams should be starting to think about the next round of pups. And I think they will. Jeremy goes for a little grab, has got his boost, and ahead of Nuga, and he's just going to come in for a cap, whilst everyone else running away for pups. Pinkman may get the counter cap, although a nice bomb from A and 2 tag pros for their team should turn Pinkman away. 2-0 now for A's team, definitely on top to start this half. Pinkman with some lovely jukes. Oh. Unfortunately, the return on Shandor's not... Yeah, he's going to come now as he's helped him out a little bit. Pinkman needs to push Borwas and A together into the flag. A's playing really, really well.
That was fantastic. That was actually a fantastic box by Borwas. He actually positioned himself perfectly right off the edge of the pixel of the flag. Keekly with some nice hold here.
Yeah, he's going to get some blocks from underneath, and a little flaccid is actually going to allow enough space for Shandor to get out clean. And now it's on Borwas once again to put Pink's team in the right position. Unfortunately, there's no one closing him down, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a reset here as they set for pups. A's RB defuse Keekly with a tag pro, the all-important tag pro. Whiskey, probably the best pup he would have won in that situation, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, that's a perfect boost.
Coming through in the clutch. Shandor not coming through in the clutch there as he helps Pinkman, guides him towards the flag, and just like that, we are 3-2 to Pinksmen. A's team now a cap down after such a dominant early performance. His first 5 minutes, they were all over them. And such is the nature of Tag Pro. Too many quick caps. And just as we say that, could be another one here as A comes in. Some nice blocks. And Borwas commits. The bomb from Nuga. It's going to be enough.
That was nice. Oh, so was that. Keekly with a lovely bomb snipe.
Yeah, Pinksmen are all over these bombs. Another nice bomb from Nuga gives Keekly the uncontested pup. And looks like a good fight. Won by Borwas for that tag pro. He's going to get an unfortunate spawn, I think, on that bomb. Pinkman's going to have to stay alive very well to delay long enough for Keekly to get this. And now a return for cap situation. Yeah, and we do have A on the flags. The one person you'd want who had the flag in a return for cap situation. And he does the job. Almost.
Just a little chaotic on offensive defense, I think, there, but was a bit lucky to get that return.
Yeah, it's been a little bit chaotic for the last sort of 2 minutes, ever since Pinksmen have started to take advantage of these caps. As we see Whiskey Jack nearly sneaking past Keekly. Keekly just holding that choke perfectly well. A almost getting a little split there, but not to be.
Other round of pups. Should be nice and quiet for another 15 seconds or so.
Shandor is just winning every single pup down in that bot left.
Jeremy's headed 2. Return here is going to be good, and that's it.
Yeah. Borwas going to have to make use of this RB. Does enough to give Pinkman the grab as well, but up against Shandor and the what has been a solid defense from his teammates, you wouldn't expect him to get out, and he doesn't. And Shandor lovely spike onto to Bulwarth there, just giving his team a little bit of extra time. I do hear that you've got some stats, Vex, from
What
some of our
stats?
players tonight.
Where'd you hear that from?
From you earlier.
When? Do you even listen to what I'm saying?
Ah,
I'm not a stats man, buddy.
all right.
It is interesting to see that the A's what's it, A-Team? What are they called?
Yeah, 18. You go.
A-Team. They've both of their two of the three of the caps have been while people have been going for pups, which is interesting. So I think maybe that's a strategy they've talked about pre-game, or maybe it's just happening, a bit of luck, or. But they are getting a lot of the Shandor especially is getting just about every power up. Even though they've capped twice while they are preoccupied by those power-ups. LMAO will be out ahead of 2 if he can get a nice boost ahead of Keekly there. Keekly might have a good snipe, and he does. Lined it up perfectly.
I've hit a couple of those now. Those
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 now.
From behind, yeah, playing really well. Just 1 minute remaining. A little bit of miscommunication with A and Jeremy there. It was going to be a nice grab. Instead, it's going to be 2 flaccid. So now an opportunity, especially with a spike for Pinksmen, but unfortunately for them, the defense and the prevent D was far too solid, not able to get out. Often a good opportunity to grab when you've got a double flaccid from the other team and offenders are spawning, because obviously you can be a bit more aggressive. And if you do get out, it's almost a guaranteed cap. So we see another round of pups. Pinkman doesn't care about the rest of the pups. He's got his juice, and that's all he needs. Gets a nice grab against Whiskey. Whiskey proving that he is certainly not washed up whatsoever, as we see A clearing out the base for Jeremy. Jeremy's just got to beat Pinkman, but can't do it. And Ball was still getting closed down by Whiskey. Is going to finally. Probably the last solid chance here is we have 2 and 2 blocks. A coming in. They're both blocking the same person, which is an interesting strategy, but it doesn't matter. A is going to do it all himself almost. Get another bomb from behind. Saves Pinksmen a cap. 3-3 it looks like, with just 10 seconds remaining in this half. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much else.
3, 2, 1.
As we have 2 resets. Yeah, so defense. Seems like really, really strong defense from Pinksmen in particular. That's 39 returns for them. A's team playing a little more passive with the grabs and just making sure they only grab off good opportunities. Either way, whichever strategy you pick, doesn't really matter because the teams are split 3-3.
Yeah, Chandler on top of the table, which is nice to see. In keeping up his good record of his fantastic solid defense that he's been playing the last couple seasons. 3-3, as you said. Interesting to see who'll come out on top. We've got Jardim next as well, the next game. But you always want those 3 points, so this next half's pretty important for both teams.
Yeah, and I think A's team definitely played it a little bit better there. I feel like they'll be a little hard done by, or feeling hard done by, being 2 caps up and really controlling the first half of that game. For Pinksmen, I believe, sort of capped 3 times within about, what, a minute and a half? I'd say?
A minute and a half, yeah, I agree.
And then, they did have some clutch sort of bombs from behind, as we saw with Keekly had about 2 or 3. Nuga had a couple as well. So certainly some opportunities gone missing for A's team. Hopefully they'll think that they can capitalize on those moving forward, as long as the status quo stays the same. For Pinksmen, I think just that lack of pup control, especially early on, they were losing 2 out of the 3 pups almost every single rotation. And that's going to be a focus for them, I believe, as well as just probably a little, I don't know, their communication seems really, really good, but just not really making much happen on O, and A and Boss are able to get out almost at will, it seems.
Interesting to see that the combo of Jeremy and A on offense is seeming pretty good, actually. Props to Jez for working on his offense and being a good partner for A. It looked like 3 caps against a solid defense of Nuga and Keekly. Impressive. reading out some team names. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Do you still have that technical difficulty sign, Ben? We need that. Every time anyone makes a mistake, just throw that up. All right, second half. We're respawning for spawns, refreshing for spawns. I thought that we'd gotten rid of this concept. Turns out every single, I won't swear, every single person that plays this game thinks that they need to respawn. Used to do it for pups. That was when it was high priority because the pups used to spawn on the first rotation from the first minute, and it used to be very important to try and get those first. But now that's not so important, so I don't entirely understand all you people that are refreshing, but apparently we need to do it. As we see, A and Ball was out. Ball was in a return for a hold, rather, for cap situation.
Not a bad kiss if Jeremy can get ahead of these two, but Pinksmen closes down quite nicely. Nuga ahead though as well, and bit of chase though. Oh my god, Jeremy spikes himself, and that's a cap for Ayy-Team.
Just as we were discussing Jeremy's, or
Not
positively
Ayy-Team.
discussing Jeremy's quality of offense, he shows us something that's not so quality. Keekly playing O for a little bit, not enough to Duke Shandor.
Also, Jeremy's on Ayy-Team. I cooked that.
Technical difficulties, people. Technical difficulties. We're just struggling a little bit here. Three tag pros for Ayy-Team. As Nuga just posturing with that tag pro, is going to nicely dodge A's tag pro and get the return on Shandor. They have a 3-man contain. Good luck getting one out of this one, A. Never mind. It's very, very easy for A as he finds the boost. Only Pink ahead. Looks like Pink's going to get blocked out as well. And just like that, it's another cap for A's team. Bring it back for all. Very bit of a hectic start to this half. Seems very ill-disciplined from both teams.
Interesting way to cap both times. Jeremy on the first one, spiking himself when in a return for cap situation, and A just being the slippery ball that he is, just getting past 3 and being ahead.
Yeah, with a 3-person contain as well.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Big mistake. I'd be very, very frustrated with that. Second round of pups coming up. It was 3 tag pros last time. Just the 1 this time, 2 this time rather. Yeah. Jeremy not able to hold long enough for Whiskey to come and help him out. It's going to be Shandor and Jeremy now trying to protect against the tag pro on the other side as they both get grabs. We'll see whose lead is better. Whiskey's lead is really good. Boris's lead is really good. And it looks like there's not going to be a bomb from Keekly, unfortunately, to save Pink. So he's going to get returned. Keekly positioning well. And both flag carriers will likely die as they do. And we have yet another reset. Real opportunity there. Frankly, for both teams, but certainly for Pinksmen. Should probably be 2-1 up after that, with only 1 ahead.
Yeah, in that situation, Jeremy had grabbed as well. If they had escaped, then it would have been a bit of yelling in the comms, I reckon.
Yeah, and Jeremy going for a grab here, already knowing that Ball was ahead, managed to get out, backing himself, and it's going to work out well for him as he gets the kiss. But 2 tag pros for the Pinksmen.
Not great with 3 respawning at the moment. Oh, what a spawn!
No one knows. No one knows where the spawn is. Pink goes for a grab, gets 2 dead. That's probably the best option. Ball was with the flag now. Only has Shandor to beat. Unfortunately, not enough time there. Keekly goes for a grab with his RB. Last ditch. Not going to be enough. A little more defensive now. Teams have sort of settled down after that hectic start. Still 4-all as we're 4 minutes in to this half. A couple of flaccid grabs from offenders. A nice flaccid grab on the other side here. A out ahead of 2. Got some good blocks. They're forming the X on that OD. Boris with a nice run-off grab. Keekly doesn't get in his way and he gets the kiss instead. Well done from Boris and well done from Keekly to get out of the way there. Holding position in the mid. Should be a reset for Pinksmen.
Like that positioning from Keekly as well. Didn't overcommit on the chase and got a nice return. Very nice power-ups here.
Yeah, good control. Boris with the tag pro. He's probably only got about 10 seconds left on this, so he's going to have to make it work. Shandor with the Juke Juice, unfortunately doesn't do enough there, and there's a little bit of confusion, but it might be enough as Pink's out ahead. Only Jeremy to beat And there's nice
Oh,
blocks,
the
but it's
bump.
not going to be enough. Nuga just lets him go.
Oh, I don't think it was Nuga's fault. Keekley came in hot, bumped Nuga the other way with, along with who was defending there on OD. But that probably could have trusted Nuga a little bit more, Keekley, and then let him go either over or above, and then come in for the second block. But could have been a mistake. Could cost them if the game's going to be flaccid like this a lot. Don't see Paul's getting out there.
Yeah, plenty of people in hot pursuit there. Another round of pups as we're halfway through here. Feels like pups have been the main source of all these caps, and unfortunately there's going to be 3 RBs that are all immediately diffused. So there's not going to be much coming out of that. Although A does have the option to use this boost. Pinksmen all very scared of him and his ability to use the boost. All just backing away, but it's not going to be enough.
That bomb, I think that bomb helped very much.
No, I don't think that bomb helped very much either from Nuga there, as Jeremy's still holding the flag and takes a nice boost, almost hits those mid spikes, or doesn't hit those mid spikes, I suppose. That mid spike
should have gone for the gap in between. That would have been claim to fame.
Let's get the win first, and then we'll worry about the top 5 players, mate. Probably just a bit of posturing now as we have our offenders go. We are going for a grab, but there are pups spawning. A is going to be able to split both Nuga and Keekley, albeit temporarily, as they get him with the return on the boost. A nice tag pro against 2 from Shandor there. Pup control has been top notch from him in particular. A with the tag pro on the left. They're going to have to be careful here. Nuga is not able to rush it, unfortunately, and it seems like his opportunity here is going to be wasted. 2 tag pros yet again on O. Let's see what they can do with this. Neither of them want to grab, it seems. Shandor wanted to give A the flag because his tag pro was running out first, but
I'd be disappointed if I was A there with 2 tag pros that they could have used to make a cap. I think A should have just grabbed in the end. I think he was waiting for Shandor to jump around and grab so he could lead, but he had the tag pro as well, so yeah, I think it was probably a bit of miscommunication. Shandor would have known that his tag pro, and probably was telling A that his tag pro runs out first, and it is in that situation better for A to grab, and also A is just the better flag carrier. But you need to play to the position that you're in, and probably could have been out with that. Keekley gets a nice kill in the mid, and Jeremy is not going to be able to do enough against 3, surprisingly, to get the pup there, as they do get a tag pro. Keekley with the juke juice as well, but this might be for nothing if Jeremy could hit this boost. Once again. Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it. Give us another 20 minutes, people, and you'll see it. I promise you that. Nuga and Pink trying to make something happen. Nuga's just going to decide to grab, which is probably the right decision. Shandor is not able to get away to the bomb. Keekley gets him instead. It's a nice little hold from A, but it's not going to be enough. Well closed down, and we're now 2-1 up for this half. And 5-4 total to the Pinksmen with just 2 minutes remaining. Ayy-Team going to have to do something pretty special here because they're not looking so strong at the moment. Definitely most of the opportunities seem to be going the way of Pinksmen. But with A, you'd expect opportunities to be created at all times. And this, unless they can get a nice bomb from Keekley. Oh my god, my heart. That looked a lot harder than it should have been.
All right. Back to split. Of course, if we do have a tie, there is no overtime. It is just concluded as a tie. So 5-5 at the moment. Ball's looking to come in. Instead, it's going to be A going the other way. Doesn't hit the boost quite the way he would have liked it. Keekley's still ahead, especially with that tag pro. It's going to be difficult to beat. Ball's just playing anti-re. He uses the bomb to nice effect, but Nuga just goes with him. And it's going to look for a grab and be out ahead of 3 now. It's all down to Whiskey Jack. Once again, the bomb use is available. Whiskey rushes out perfectly well.
There's a risk versus reward positioning there. I like it.
Yeah, the onslaught is still coming, but it was well saved by Whiskey. Probably saved the game there. One more round of pups to go. Going to be the important focus now for our teams here as Borwas and Jeremy have the flag. Looks like Jeremy's able to get out with that team boost. He's probably been told to hold for pups. A's able to get one of them. Ball was closed down. It just looks like 2 juke juices, no important tag pros. Whiskey Jack coming in. Pinkman and Borwas once again playing clutch OD. Speaking of clutch, Shandor with a lovely boost from from the bottom, gets a beautiful block. Not able to come in, and Keekley's able to keep the pressure on. Not able to hold, unfortunately. Shandor closes him down. Looks like...
Oh my god, Shandor. That was so clutch.
Nice. Absolutely perfect boost block there from Shandor. That was... That's what you pay your coins for, people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just gonna do what they can to try and get a grab out.
Yeah.
Looks like Jeremy's gonna get a cap if they close this down. Just a consolation one.
Oh, nice. Just got it. Yeah. So, scoreline in the end probably doesn't reflect how close the game was. The 2-cap lead certainly, came down to the last minute, and could have gone either way there at the end. Shandor with some lovely blocks, deciding to go for the aggressive boost block, coming from below, able to get blocks basically on both. I believe he was able to push Boris and Pink essentially out of the way, although I think Pink was already blocked out of it. Yeah, absolutely incredible finish to this game, as expected, really. I mean, these two teams I would put pretty close to each other at the top of the leaderboards here. So it's good to see that they're living up to the hype that would have been generated before this game. Two very strong teams full of high quality players. It's good to see that it goes down to the final seconds.
Well played to our Maze team. What's that? 3 points. Take them.
A little bit salty about only having 3 points, to be honest, myself, but okay. All right, second map. As I'm sure you're all aware, and as I'm sure you might be seeing on the screen now, and if you're not, Vin will do the honors. Jardim. It's been played in rotation quite a lot around the competitive leagues. Can be quite fast-paced, very quick to get from base to base. Not so much, not as quick as, quicker than Pilot. Probably one of the quickest in the rotation that we have, and certainly any sort of mistakes from the defense, or indeed opportunities created by the offense, can very, very quickly lead to a cap, and there's often not a lot of time to be in position for those sorts of things. So it'd be interesting to see once again these two teams that played quite solid defense, I thought, and quite decent OD as well. See how they played this game, and hopefully we have a game that's as exciting as the last. Just waiting on the teams now. They're obviously having a bit of a decompression session after that last game, probably getting rid of some of the stress, figuring out how they want to play this next map. Vex, did that sort of play out how you thought it would with Ayy-Team coming out ahead? You mentioned that it was down to Keekley and whether or not he would be able to step up, coming as a relatively unknown. I thought he played relatively well, but unfortunately not enough to pull out the win. What do you think of that first game?
Well, yeah, Keekley can hold his own, man. Like, hit 3 or 4 crucial bomb snipes. He's got good positioning. He obviously, he's played competitive before. I think he came from NLTP or he came from minors MLTP. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, A was too strong on with the FC, as we know. Just very, very solid. And yeah, Jeremy coming on offense, has played a lot of defense. Does have a, I think he does have a. Oh, last season he did have a no gasp of 10, so he can play on the offensive end. So yeah, it's they look quite strong. Not that I'm surprised or anything. Just it's good to see that they've glued some good things together, and they've sorted some stuff out, and they got the win. Obviously, hopefully they can, from their point of view, they want to go again. And I feel like this is a map that would suit A and Shandor, especially. Like, I think Shandor, like, you need to play preventive D on this map a little bit more than you would on others. I think that suits Shandor. And then as soon as A has a flag, he's so slippery that he just gets past everyone. We are back into the play, by the way. I'm just chatting like I don't know, something that chats. But yeah, good
commentary.
high quality.
It was
Pinksmen,
a nice early grab from Pink. Yeah, pushing Shandor onto the flag. A playing some grab D here, allowing Boars to grab smartly. He's not going to be able to get out. Speaking of getting out, Pink is out. A does have the boost, doesn't take it straight up, and the boost is taken away from A. It's going to be enough just.
I don't disagree with the. I don't disagree. That doesn't make sense. I disagree with the boost around. I would have gone straight onto the flag carrier to get the return.
100%
myself, but that was very optimistic by Whiskey Jack. He wants the glory to go to that split. Round of power ups. It's going to be pretty crucial, I reckon, early. Tag Pro each makes it interesting.
It looks like both teams are going to keep it on D for the moment. Makes it a little less interesting. Borwas does get a nice grab off that Flaccid. A lovely bomb, and Keekley's already cleared the base. Borwas is going to be able to get the second cap, and this is exactly what Pinksmen needed. A couple of early caps, settle the nerves, get them back on top from a confidence perspective. 2-0 up, only a minute and a half in. This is turning out very more hectic.
Yeah, really good communication on that defensive end to make sure that they got that return. Meanwhile, Pinkman's up ahead. He won't get the cap, but if they get a return on Boss Jeremy, it's going to be a 2v1 on blocks. Shandor's coming
in.
Great defense though by A.
Yeah, very well done on OD there. He's definitely known for his OD. Shandor with a nice bomb grab, able to come through. They don't exactly have the blocks as a wave of Pinksmen trying to protect the flag, and they do. Keekley the return, and looks like teams are going to set up for the next pup rotation. As I say that, Jeremy says, screw all of you, I'm going to go and grab the flag, and he's got a chance, but not good enough. Ball was just able to get there, probably helped, aided by the Juke Juice there. Shandor boosting across, not able to return Keekley, and Keekley really should be trying to rush this now. He's not able to get ahead of A. He did have just one ahead for a split second, but not able to take
good
advantage.
Contain D though, I would say.
Pinks forgot the flag there.
So
have to come back for that.
I thought I had lagged out. I just watched Pinkman go up to top left.
Just a bit of setup here as offenders wait for their tools. Ball was just able to get a free grab. Pink steps out of the way, gives him the boost. Unfortunately, he's not able to hit the boost straight on the flag. He does split Jeremy and Whiskey though, and there's good blocks, but not good enough. Whiskey coming off OD perfectly there.
Boss would have been pretty upset with that. He had the opportunity to boost straight on the flag and went topside instead.
Shandor utilising that bomb, trying to contest this pup. Jeremy once again, obviously he has the directive to go for grabs whilst pups are up, trying to create an opportunity. They are 2-0 down, so they do need to take some riskier plays here. Borwas's RB is diffused. They do have A with a Juke Juice on Re, so you would expect, or would hope that Jeremy will be trying to sort of rush this, but it looks like that's going to go to waste as he's still able to hold and not able to get through the defense of Keekley and Pinkman there. Some nice anti-re played on A is not going to be enough to stop him from getting the flag. A nice return on Pinkman. And a spike from Keekley gives A the chance here if he can get some blocks. Some help from Whiskey. Borwas not able to do enough. And Jeremy once again is out. This anti-re is not serving them well. Pink and Borwas able to come down and stop that from being another cap. But this is what we saw last night as well. That quick capping opportunities that just get created in the chaos of this map. Oftentimes you can chain some caps together and really make a statement very, very quickly. And we're seeing that tonight as we see the team set up for pups. Jeremy wins 2v1 and crucially a tag pro as well. And he gets Pink off the spawn. A with a Juke Juice. This is a definite opportunity for them to tie up the game. You'd be expecting a cap here. Commentator's curse, as expected. Jeremy with a nice grab and the tag pro. He really should just be killing straight away. Shandor was on Re. And realistically, 3 in base here. Nice boost is going to unfortunately run into Jeremy, who's going back to Re as well. So it's all down to Whiskey Jack. Good luck, Whiskey, against 4. Shandor trying to posture in. They're just toying with him there. Gives Nuga the return.
Nice
Keekley. Lovely. Stopped him in his tracks.
Sorry, I can't get over Jeremy going back to Re when A was sitting there for a good 15 seconds.
bit of miscommunication, but
It's I mentioned it in that first game where it seemed like it was a legitimate strat for Jez or for A's team to get grabs while they were going for power-ups. They're doing it again this game, and they got a power-up last game. Pinkman's coming in with this it's a dodgy-looking lead, but it plays out in the end.
it's like watching one of those dogs that got the funky legs and they can't walk straight.
It's like activation with a tag pro as well. like brother.
I thought you were just gonna say it's like activation. I don't know if you've seen that guy walk, but anyway, full resets. That's enough. A nice combo there from Nuga and Keekly's able to get the return on Jeremy. As teams, we are 3-1 up for Pinksmen. They've definitely played the first half really well. A coming in for a cap. Pinkman gonna have to rush a grab. Unfortunately, not enough. Ball tries to utilize the little bit of space that he's been created to get a grab. Unfortunately, gets killed by Whiskey, but it has bought his team some time. A's able to get a nice bomb. They do have good blocks from Shandor on Nuga, and a lovely boost from A.
Oh,
it's not really enough. Keekly with a nice rollover grab.
That positioning by Keekly was fantastic. Stopped him from coming down hard enough, and then timed that grab perfectly.
Pinkman with a nice suicide onto the spikes gives Nuga an RB re. It's diffused almost immediately. Jeremy's still with his RB. Both now diffused. Looks like there could be a kiss as well. Not a whole lot of chasing going on. Doesn't need to be with A utilizing that bomb perfectly. And it's a little bit of a risky situation here for Pinksmen. Whiskey, unfortunately, comes a little too far across. Means it's going to give Pinkman the opportunity. Keekly not able to spawn in time to get the anti-re on Shandor. Instead, it's going to be a kiss and potentially a reset for Pinksmen. Looks like A's going to be out as well. Well contained by Pink. Here's the opportunity. Whiskey runs off the flag. Forced into a grab by Boris. It's not going to be enough. And some nice anti from A. Shuts that down as we have the next round of pups coming up. As I say that, though, Shandor going to rush in. Probably now being told to hold for pups. Unfortunately, he's not going to get the pup himself. Jeremy already with that juke juice. And RB diffused. So just one pup. And A.
Yeah.
We call that a boat? Do we time that?
It wasn't a boat.
Of the season? You gotta try.
That was an interesting return there. I think Pinkman just got caught up. Oh no. Yeah, Pinkman just got caught up. Probably not sure where to go, and Jez got a nice return with the juke juice. Pink not realizing that he was there that close.
Yeah. A had a 2, trying to sneak in through that short side in that blue lane, but not able to do so. Just the 1 cap in it now. Obviously, still the first half. There are 12 minutes left to play. But Pinksmen looking solid from the start, and then after their 3 caps, it's been all A-Team as Jeremy almost gets that nice corner boost there.
That would have been hot.
Ball was saving the cap. A. LeMayo and Shandor now with the tag pros. Shandor coming unfortunately he's going to allow Nuga to get out. And if Nuga can hold on to this flag for a decent amount of time, as I say that, scratch that. If Pinkman can hold on to this flag for a decent amount of time, they'll be able to save a cap. Whiskey and A just going to retreat into that corner.
That's not going to be much if Jeremy's on re.
Although Shandor might have to get...
Wow.
Yeah. All right, there you go. There's that solo. 3-3. Still some pressure coming. Jeremy closed down. Another reset here. And just like that first half on Pilot, we start off one team dominating. And then, you know, as time goes on, we see that the scores even up. 3-3 was the way it finished after the first half on Pilot. It's currently 3-3 with a minute remaining. Pinkman with a grab and a nice bomb's actually going to help him out.
It's okay. This is probably a good situation, though, for Pinksmen with balls. Could be ahead of 2.
And just loses the regrab chain, and Nuga not able to keep that RB. Pinkman does get the tag pro. He's going to die, so he's only going to have about 10 seconds to use it when he gets on O. But this is their last opportunity to get this lead back for them. Looks like A does take the team boost in the end. Pinkman goes for the grab on the tag pro. If he can rush into base here with some blocks, he might just be able to cap it himself. Shandor with a lovely grab last second. Once again, clutch man. Ball was still with the opportunity here. Some nice anti-re from Pink. Stops A from grabbing. And indeed enough to get the blocks as well. Nuga trying to come in for a second. They do have 18 seconds left. Just the one cap in it so far. We are in the first half. Shandor blocking that team boost. Ball was trying to find a way, potentially had the team boost there, but Shandor was able to close him down well. Certainly the last opportunity here. Shandor not able to get him. Only A to beat. He's done enough on OD to cover that and give
great pressure there.
One cap deficit. Yeah.
I was looking a bit nervous. Yeah, a bit nervous for Ayy-Team there with the regrab train, just opportunity after opportunity to cap. They did get one there, and I reckon if there's another minute to play there, they would have, one or two caps could have gone their way, and they would have been a big difference. But one cap the difference, nearly as close as the first half of the last game. Should be interesting. Everything's interesting to me. I just say everything's interesting. Yeah, this is this last beer. It's me. Sad that there's no more.
So we are headed for the split at the moment. Pinksmen just the one cap up after A took the first game on Pilot. Certainly looking the better of the teams, but it seems to be almost it's a swing in momentum. Doesn't seem to be sort of cap for cap. It seems to be periods of time where each team is on top of the other, either able to get that crucial pup rotation or just as you said towards the end there, pelt them with opportunities enough that eventually a couple of caps go through. Pinksmen taking the lead very early in that game, as A did in the first half on Pilot, before once again it was pulled back. So Pinksmen probably feeling better about their start and certainly just looking to shore things up. I think they definitely played better and they deserving of the lead, 4-3 going into the last half here on Jardim, the last round of our majors for season 11, the season where everyone comes back. It's a testament to the quality of the players that we have here that, all these teams can be of such great players on them, and we're talking about a team with Nuga, Pinkman, and Borwas all on the same team, and A, Shandor, Jeremy, Whiskey. There's big names on every team, so it's gonna be a tough competition. Every single win, every single point, every single cap means a whole lot. Places a lot of importance on every single game. Just waiting for the teams to ready up for our last half here. Looks like we're getting into game. Bit of refreshing. Hopefully we can get everyone to refresh on the same square. No, they gave it up.
3, 2, 1.
Gotta get that extra tile ahead.
It's crucial to then go and stand in the base and do nothing for 5-10 seconds. Just get all the flacids. Got to get as many flacids in as you can, boys. We've got to refresh so that we can get there a quarter of a second earlier for these flacids. Idiots, a lot of you. Nice opportunity created by Pinkman for Borwas. Same on the other side. Jeremy is out. Borwas is closed down. Likewise, Jeremy by Keekley on the other side. Looks like Nuga's going to have the initiative here, trying to use those corners on the side to gain some momentum. A with a nice bomb gives himself an opportunity to kiss. Looks like it's still going to be in favor of Pinksmen as Nuga unfortunately gives up the flag tile though, and Jeremy able to delay long enough to get this reset, or to help his team get the reset as we have a round of pups coming up. Yeah, again, Borwas now using the tactic that A's team was doing earlier, just grabbing off that when all the defenders go for this pup and try and challenge the pup. It's a very free grab. Unfortunately not going to work out for him as A is absolutely lawn mowing, killing everybody in the base. Gives Jeremy a cap, and we are back to even as we have been for what feels like 90% of the night so far. Alameo trying to break this deadlock once again. Not able to do enough. Plenty of OD
blocks. I feel like basic blocks would have helped there. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. What a boost. Shandor's such a god. Get around him. Get around him.
Waiting for that boost. It's not going to come up for him, so he's not going to be able to replicate what Shandor just did. Instead, he's going to have to hold for a little bit. Pup's
Watch
coming
out
up in
here.
20 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
That's a calamity of errors, and it's going to lead to a cap. Not able to hit that boost. Oh, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very, very fun finish to this game. Shandor with the tag pro on the right, and Keekly with the tag pro on the left. So tag pro split once again. I'm going to take the tag pro on O. I like this. A's able to get a nice boost on. Not going to be enough, and the tag pros neutralize themselves. Borwis not able to get out. Tag pro in base. Jeremy rushes it with the bomb.
Oh my god, everything hurts.
Probably had to do that, but with the tag pro in base, you'd like to see them take it a bit slower, but thought he had the opportunity there. Eyes lit up. Unfortunately, wasn't to be. Able to just shake the socks off Nuga. A nice block.
That's
pulls Borwis into the block for him. Wonder if we realize they're on the opposite teams. Boss Jeremy now helping this train go. Rushes into base a little bit. Blocking well to keep the retrain going. There's a lovely bomb that throws absolute chaos onto the OD, but it's not going to be enough. There's still a regrab chain going, even as pups come up.
Oh, I love this. Oh, keep going.
Grave mistake there from Pinksmen, committing everyone to the pup and no one to OD. Ball was going to try and do something with this pup that he was able to gain. Unfortunately, not able to sneak past Shandor. 7-5 it is now in favor of A's team. Over Pinksmen.
Swinging to A's team at the end of the last game. Looked like Pinkman was going to run away with it, and Jez with a great grab.
Oh, and the boost.
Oh my god, I don't know how to speak.
Plenty of jukes there from Jeremy. Unfortunately, not enough to give himself the opportunity. He's going to help out on the blocks here. Probably the right opportunity, but yeah, they did well. Pink with a bit of a risky grab, but considering pups coming up, it's probably quite safe. Although every single time there have been pups, there seems to be opportunities. Tried to create one there for Jeremy, but not to be. So we are just going to see a classic traditional pup fight now for the first time in God knows how long. And as I say that, A's going to get a grab, a little bit of a death on the other side, and a suicide into Keekly with the tag pro, who did win the tag pro. Not going to be enough though. The Poos is going to kill him into the spikes, and they are going to get another cap up by 3. Jeremy keeping the pressure on. They do have a tag pro in base. There's a counter cap opportunity here with this tag pro. 2 dead. No return coming on Jeremy. He's played really, really well this half in particular. Able to sneak away from Nuga as Pink does the same, albeit temporarily. Still pressure being piled on by A's team. Jeremy not able, just put himself into a bit of a corner there. Some nice blocks onto Keekly. Keekly with the grab. Or Keekly with the cap, rather. Brings it back. 2 caps. Don't know what Borwis was thinking there. Probably a bit of a mechanical issue. But
no.
Able to get that re-grab. Well, no, it's, lag or something. I don't know. Give him something.
All right.
Unfortunately, shut down Pinksmen. So not able to get a second cap and bring it back to 1. So we're still just the 2 cap deficit. Looks like a little bit of help from Keekly not warranted. Nuga's able to win that putt by himself, despite Keekly's best efforts to lose it for him. Nuga gets the return, and here's the opportunity. Can't get the return on A, who's able to sneak away. Borwis did get some time on the flag tile, but it's not going to be enough. Keekly is a stay alive situation, just gets past Jeremy, and some nice anti from Borwis is not enough, as we see a good bomb from Shandor instead to delay Keekly and instead give himself, or his team rather, time to get on OD. Just able to pull away from Shandor, and we have a reset. Whew.
Oh,
it's tense.
There's too much going on.
Yeah.
This map's a lot more fun to commentate. That's for sure. I mean, I don't have to do much because you're going nuts, but
well, I thought my exams today were stressful, man. This is like my heart's racing. This didn't happen earlier. Far out. 4 minutes to go. 2 caps. We've seen it happen already. We've seen these quick caps occur last night and tonight. So hopefully we get. Oh, A even gives up the. Sorry, we'll get back to that thought in a sec. A gives up the pup.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Go for a grab, but doesn't work out. Almost did. Instead, Nuga says, "Screw this, Keekly. You're going to grab." puts him on with the flag pro, able to stay alive, and they could get the return on Jeremy, which means any sort of death by Keekly in the base would have been a good opportunity. Would have given his team a return for cap situation. I think they had anti-re anyway, so perhaps not. Keekly able to stay alive, pulling off some moves here, even with Shandor in tow. Some anti being played by A on the other side. And there's going to be a potential reset as we see Boars coming in. Never mind that. 2-on-2 blocks. Whiskey Jack rushing in. Shandor with a bit of a risky grab is going to be closed down by Pinksmen. They do only have 3 minutes now remaining. This is all just perfectly fine for A's team. They are delaying the time as long as they're able to stay ahead and keep everyone in base and not give up these crucial pups that are coming up in just a few seconds. I think they'll be feeling quite happy with themselves on how they've played this. In saying that, Boars was able to get a tag pro clean. They are looking like they're going to dominate this right pup. Unfortunately, it's just an RB, and Whiskey with a bit of a flaccid means that there's not going to be much created. Jeremy, rather, runs in with his RB and mows people out of the way. Boars goes flag pro. Not going to be enough. Oh, 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 2 caps in it. A's team looking to take all 6 points. And looking like the better team for it at the moment. Definitely played much better in the second half, and yeah, just waiting for the next moment of excitement. Seems like it's only 20 seconds away. Every 20 seconds there's just something happening that's super exciting. It's crazy. Some nice combos there with the bomb and the boost. I thought Nuga was going to give Boars a handoff, so did Boars, but Nuga says, "No, screw this, I'm going to do it myself." Tries to come in base, not going to be able to get the RB on the left. Instead, potentially looking to come in. They are not going to be able to get the position for the right either. Jeremy gets the RB, which is again diffused. Once again, like I said earlier, this is all perfectly fine for A's team if they're able to have no important pups. Ball was trying to rush in. Potentially ill-advised. He did know that 2 of them are on the left, so there was a potential opportunity, but just wasn't to be. Really good OD. Instead, it's going to be Pinksmen who gets the cap, and we are one cap difference. 1.5 minutes remaining. Pinksmen clutching it with a lovely, lovely cap underneath. Whiskey not able to get out, but it looks like A might be able to. Nuga tries to hit a cross-map snipe, not able to get it. A is not going to have any time on that team boost either, and it looks like it could be a reset here and potential opportunity. They do have the contain on Jeremy. Potential opportunity here for Pinksmen and Boars to get out. Pinksmen with a lovely, lovely set play from Boars. Unfortunately closed down. The OD sort of didn't rush to base and instead held at the choke very, very well from A's team. Last round of pups, crucially. Unfortunately, it's a rolling bomb, but it was well done by Nuga on the left to give his team the position for that. A nice boost again. Nuga is giving them all the pups. Who cares about pups? Let's get a cap from Boris!
Oh my god!
Oh, a bit of a risky bomb from Boris. Pink's able to stay alive against Whiskey. It's just Keekly. Shandor was playing anti-re. Jeremy does have the team boost. Pinksmen dies, but Keekly with that juke juice should be able to stay alive enough for his team to get ahead. Does give himself a bit of a shit opportunity there by running into the choke and allowing himself to get closed down. Jeremy and Nuga on the flag now. Jeremy in return for cap situation, but Nuga has no pressure on him. I don't know which team wants to win it and which team thinks they just want to hold for a tie at the moment. Keekly with the return as a chance.
Oh, no.
Here. Nuga with the anti-re. Shandor. 5 seconds remaining. Shandor with the most clutch bomb you will ever see. Pushing Boris into the, or Keekly into the spike. Wow. And that's it. 8-8. It finishes. Whew. Wow.
A little speechless. You were on a roll there. I was just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No,
I was loving it. I was about it. That was. Can't remember what happened, to be honest. There was just a whole lot of chaotic, constant chaining of emotions.
All right.
It was a tie to end it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how you sum that up, but there you go. That happened. Hopefully
yeah.
you're all watching, because if you're looking for information from me, you're not getting it. Wow, 8-8 it finishes. Pink and A tie on the second game. A's team taking out the win in the first game. So it'll be 4 points to A, 1 point to Pink to end the round. Wow, 2 incredible games from 2 incredible teams. Just, yeah, perfect. Yeah, let's not think about that though. revel in the excitement of some quality tag pro instead of thinking about our inability to beat either of these teams in the future. All right. Yeah, we'll go and I'll go for a little walkabout. Vex, hold the fort.
What? We can do that. That was a pretty cool game. I'm pretty happy to see that that Ayy-Team came back in the end to get the 1 cap deficit to tie it up. Fantastic. Oh, Shandor's bomb at the end there was pretty nutty. A couple good plays. I'll have to watch back the video to look back at all those plays. But that was exciting. That was an exciting game of tag, especially in the that second half was just heart in my throat. I can't remember the saying. It was good though. Loved it. I was happy to very happy to see how Keekly went in that team comp. Being drafted quite low in the or what was he first? It was first pick in the snake draft. But the 6th pick for his team, and he stepped up and he's playing majors for Pinksmen. And who have we got? Elf.
We don't have anyone. I was told by both teams that they were all very happy with the boys, giving 110%. Just doing it for the boys, putting the team on our backs.
For the boys.
110% for the boys. Yeah, basically. That's it. That's all I got out of them. No interviews tonight. They're always a waste anyway. None of us know how to interview people, so it's probably for the best. Saves face. Just appreciate the amazing tag bro that we got to see tonight.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm glad I stuck around.
Hopefully you all had a great time watching this stream done by Vinsanity, the wonderful, lovely Vinsanity. This is where if we had a soundboard, we'd do like a round of applause and all that sort of stuff. So there you go. Just assume that that's happening. Vin, actually, can we get a soundboard? Is that a thing? It'll be super tacky, but whatever. All right.
We need like effects for there's a cap, a 6 snipe. Just like a little.
It's like the hitmarker sound, the sniper sound in COD and all that sort of stuff. All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you Vex for joining me in the commentary, and of course thank you Vin for streaming and holding the fort. Always wonderful to work with you. And
to yourself, Elf. That was some good commentating. That's how you say thanks, isn't it? You were good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you to our teams for putting on a wonderful show. Tomorrow night we have our minors competition starting up. All 3 games on tomorrow night. So stay tuned for that, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks, guys.